Have you ever wondered what happens when astronauts in space are told to prepare for evacuation? Well, that's exactly what happened aboard the International Space Station, or ISS, in one of the most concerning safety alerts the station has faced in recent years. NASA temporarily ordered astronauts to shelter inside their docked spacecraft and prepare for a possible emergency evacuation after a worsening air leak was detected in the Russian segment of the station. Fortunately, the order was later reversed, but the incident has raised serious questions about the future of the ISS and the aging hardware keeping astronauts alive 400 kilometers above Earth. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share for more updates. Thanks. So what exactly happened? According to NASA and Roscosmos, the problem originated inside the Russian Zvezda service module, one of the oldest and most important sections of the ISS. Engineers monitoring station pressure noticed that the leak rate had increased significantly, prompting mission controllers to take precautionary measures. Reports indicate that the station's air loss rate roughly doubled, raising concerns that the leak might be worsening faster than expected. As a result, NASA instructed 5 astronauts to enter their docked SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft, put on their spacesuits, and prepare for a possible evacuation if the situation deteriorated further. This was not a full evacuation order, but rather a safe haven, procedure designed to ensure the crew could leave quickly if necessary. Many people are asking, why shelter inside a spacecraft? The answer is simple. Every crewed spacecraft attached to the ISS acts as a lifeboat. If the station experiences a catastrophic emergency, such as rapid depressurization, fire, or structural damage, astronauts can immediately board the spacecraft and return to Earth. Today, those emergency escape vehicles are mainly SpaceX Crew Dragon and Russian Soyuz capsules. Thankfully, after further analysis, NASA and Roscosmos determined there was no immediate danger. The evacuation alert was canceled, and astronauts resumed normal operations aboard the station. But here's the bigger story. This leak is not new. The Zvezda module has been experiencing leak problems for years. Engineers first detected abnormal pressure losses in 2019, and multiple repair attempts have been made ever since. NASA has repeatedly expressed concern about microscopic cracks and structural aging inside the module. While Roscosmos believes the situation can be managed, NASA has classified the continuing leak issue as one of the station's most serious technical risks. Has this happened before? Yes. In 2018, astronauts discovered a small hole in a docked Soyuz spacecraft that caused a pressure leak. The crew successfully sealed it. Since then, there have been several leak investigations and multiple shelter-in-place situations caused by either air leaks or potential collisions with space debris. However, despite these alerts, astronauts have never had to perform a full emergency evacuation of the ISS in its entire history. What does this mean for NASA? In my opinion, this incident highlights a growing challenge facing the International Space Station. The ISS is an engineering miracle, but parts of it are now more than 2 decades old. Components launched in the early 2000s are still operating in one of the harshest environments imaginable. Every new leak, crack, or equipment failure increases pressure on NASA and its international partners to decide how long the station can safely remain in service. The timing is important because NASA is already planning for a future after the ISS. Several commercial space stations are being developed to eventually replace it. Incidents like this remind everyone why that transition is becoming increasingly necessary. At the same time, this event also demonstrates something positive. The emergency procedures worked exactly as designed. Astronauts received instructions, moved into safe vehicles, prepared for departure, and mission controllers continuously monitored the situation. No one was injured. No evacuation was required, and operations returned to normal. That's a testament to decades of planning, training, and international cooperation. My final thought is this. The ISS air leak emergency was a warning, not a disaster. It exposed the vulnerabilities of an aging space station, but also showed that NASA and its partners still have the ability to manage serious risks in orbit. The real question is not whether the ISS can survive another leak. The question is how many more years the world's most famous space laboratory can safely continue operating before replacement becomes essential. What do you think? Should NASA retire the ISS sooner? or continue operating as long as possible? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more space and science news.